Hello. How are you doing, Raylene?
I'm doing good, Elisa. How about yourself?
Good. I see you still have your crystal of your thought chakra.
I
Breath
do.
chakra.
My throat.
I think I need another sip of coffee.
Erik is laughing at you.
I
He said,
know.
that's exactly what you need, Mom.
He has had plenty of experience laughing at me. So we're going to talk about something cool. By the way, sorry about the wet hair, but it's not
It's beautiful.
wet. But I don't care. Whatever. Let's talk about dowsing rods.
Yeah. So today we're going to talk about dowsing rods and how you can use them to communicate with spirit by yourself. And this is something that you can do single-handedly, and it's just as effective as using an e-board. And I think it's more better than a dowsing rod because you can, or not a dowsing rod, a pendulum.
Okay.
You can feel the energy through the rods, and you can see, the spirit is taking it over. And with the pendulum, if it's too close to you, you can kind of control it.
Oh,
It's
wow.
called the filter. But there's a way to use the rods that we can use two people, so there's actually not a filter involved. And we'll go over both ways with you.
Okay,
So,
first let me tell you some experience. I don't have very much experience with dowsing rods. We've tried to use them to find lost things, but we haven't been very good about that. At least my daughter has. But I remember going to one of the Channeling Erik meetings. Jamie taught us how to use dowsing rods. And we were supposed to find Erik. So at first, one at a time, we would, go forward and look around. And once we got to Erik, they would part around his spirit, right? So then we all started doing it. And all of a sudden, we realized everybody was going around in circles because he was messing with us. He was spinning us around. Another thing we did that was really cool is somebody would have the dowsing rods, and there was a person on the other side of the room, and the person with the dowsing rods would instruct that person, make your energy just fill the room, widen it, just make it big. And so we would approach with the dowsing rods, and it would widen way, before we get to the person. And then we said, now take all your energy in, make it very small. We would go there, and it was like barely, it almost skewered the person. It would just barely get around their sides. So it's cool, really is cool. It's amazing. But go ahead.
absolutely.
You're the teacher after all.
They're so fun and fascinating to use. And that's the thing. Erik will mess with you while you're using them. He can even give you a hug through these dowsing rods, which is something I just recently found out because I had an event and Erik was wanting to hug somebody, and so he told them to grab the rods and he hugged them through the rods.
Oh.
So I'm gonna go.
What does it feel like? What do you mean? What is that like?
I'll show you.
Okay.
Can you see? I can't see myself for some reason. I could just see you, but can you see the rods, or should I turn the camera down?
No, I can see it.
Okay. So you see.
But now I can't. It's a little bit outside of the screen. You need to bring them in, but I don't know if you can.
How's that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
So you see how I have the rods outwards? I'm not having my hands up here, my thumb or anything down. You don't want to have your hand on the copper part. You want to have them loosely so that way energy can move. You don't want to have your arms together like that. You want to have them parted so the energy can move through your body. And
the handle is just like a metal sleeve of some sort so that the dowsing rod can spin, right?
Yeah.
I want to make sure people know that.
You can get the dowsing rods from Amazon. They're really easy to obtain on Amazon. It's just dowsing rods. Okay, so you also want to make sure that you are doing a connection, an intention, and some form of protection. For me, I've already done my prayer, but now my intention is going to be Erik. So Erik, can you please come through the rods and show me your yes answer? And notice how, the hands don't move. This is just going to be Erik coming in to move them.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Cool.
So.
Hi, Erik. I love you. In case you forgot.
He says, I know, I love you. He says, yeah, he's agreeing.
Oh,
says,
yes.
I love you, Mom.
Oh, that's funny. Does he have a no?
So much.
Does he have a no or probably a hell no?
He says, let's go with no. So, Erik, can you show me your no? don't be stubborn. He says, no, now I don't want to. He says, I want to say hell no. This is going to be his hell no. He's correcting
Okay,
me.
hell no, fine.
So
only one. Okay.
Outwards to the right.
They both are pointing? Because I can't see one of them as well. All right. Okay, gotcha.
So now they're both in the front. This camera really sucks. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
So his outwards, he was going outwards for no, and then he crossed for yes.
Okay, got it.
So you can do yes and no with that. As soon as you get show me your yes and show me your no, then you can ask yes and no questions. So we've established his yes, we've established his no. Now, can you ask him a question in your mind? Don't let me hear the question.
Okay.
I just want you to ask so that way I don't hear the question.
Okay. Okay. Wow. The question was, will Robert come over to the cookout tonight? And he already texted me yes. There we go. All right, one more. Well, he's just messing with you. I said, does Raylene have blue hair? No, for real. For real. All right, let's try for real. You just totally messing this up. All right.
He says, Mom, you're asking a lot of me.
Oh.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
He wants to mess.
All right, I want to ask one more question. Okay. Does Easton have purple ears? My grandson. He's not. He's just not. He's too cloudy today.
Do you know what? He said you're asking a lot of him. He doesn't want to be serious.
Oh, that's it. All right. Can you be serious for 1 minute?
He said no.
Okay, forget it.
Stop messing around.
That's another 10 minutes in timeout when I get over there, I swear to God. Oh my God, it's telling up big time.
He's pulling up his black chair. He says, I'll start the time now.
And it was a black timeout chair. That's right. Okay. What next?
He says, okay, Mom, let's get serious. I'm done.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. All right, let me ask another one. Let me see. I gotta think of one. One that's provable. Okay.
You see how he's going back and forth?
Yeah.
That's because it's not a yes or it's not a no, or you're not supposed to know that answer.
Okay.
So there's either something that has to take place. Whenever spirit gets stuck like that and it's in between, it's because it's either an unsure, it's not yes, or it's not no, or it's not meant to know that answer.
Okay. It was, are we going to move anytime soon? So that's, all right, let's do another one. This is a strict yes/no answer. Yes. Is that a yes or no?
That's a no.
Do I love you? Is this opposite day? Damn, you are not serious. You're never going to get serious. You totally disproving the whole dowsing rod thing, dude. People are not going to use them now.
They're not, because you're messing with them, Erik.
Yeah. All right. Raylene, you think of something.
He says, well, why would you ask me that question, Mother?
Because I know the answer to it.
He says, yes, you do know the answer. He says, we want to give answers that you don't know the answer to.
Oh, well, then how is it provable then? I want to give you provable answers.
There you go. He says, you have a point.
Okay, so here's a provable. I'll give you a question that is, I already know, yes or no, to. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Will we eventually move? And yes, it could be 10 years from now, but whatever. All right.
I think it's going to be about a year out from your movie. Lisa.
Yeah,
And about a
that
year,
sounds right.
things are going to fall into place for that. He's telling you, though, to get rid of things in the home, you can make more room and to kind of like remove the furniture. Feng shui house.
26 years worth.
Yeah.
But also we have my daughter and her whole family with 2 kids, one on the way, living here. And boy, they have a lot of crap in here. So we got to get rid of them first. And
Most
they're
babies
houses.
come with so much.
Okay.
They really require quite a bit.
Oh yeah, right.
But no, you can use the dowsing rods. If Erik wants to mess with you, he does. He likes to play with people. He likes to give hugs with them, and I'll go ahead and show you how to do that. But it's not only Erik that you can connect with if you want someone that's going to be more serious. Remember, we all know Erik's personality. He's very funny. He's very loving. If he wants to prank you, he's going to prank you. And if you're going to allow him to, he'll take advantage of it.
Sorry, people. I can't help you there.
But you can call in your family members, you can call in your own personal guides, ascending masters, God, whoever you want to talk to.
Wow.
And
what about Jesus or Buddha? Anybody?
Anybody.
So cool.
And
wait, who discovered dowsing rods, and what were they initially used for?
Finding water underground.
Oh.
And he says
how does it do that? That's weird.
That's another thing you can use them for. And just like when you find Erik with his energy, they go out. Whenever you find water, they go out. And by the way, everybody, water lines drain you. So if your house is under a water line or an earth line, you're going to notice that you feel tired in your house, that you feel exhausted or drained. You can have, they can be as big as 1 foot or as little as 1 foot and as big as 5 miles. So that's how drastic, the lines can go. And you can go in your house and ask your guides to show you where there's water lines or ley lines. And wherever they go out, that's where you don't want to have like furniture where you're going to be sitting.
Oh, okay.
A lot of activity, even a bed, because you don't want to sleep right there.
Oh, no.
That drain.
Right. Okay.
I'm going to show you how you can do the hugging.
Okay.
All right. Erik, buddy, can I have my hug?
Oh,
very quick with it. That's
so cute. I'm going to try that. I want to hug. Do you feel his energy, like a tingling or anything too?
Absolutely. Wow. And especially in the hands and in the arms, it's almost like someone's pushing your arms in.
Oh, cool.
And you can feel that tangible hug, not like a human, but you can feel pressure or something there. For those of you that are clairvoyant, he doesn't want to let go. He says, can I hug you tighter?
Oh, that's so sweet. Don't choke her. They got a chokehold on you.
He goes, for those of you that are clairvoyant, you might be able to see some of his energy on my hands. Or even when I first grab the rods, it's something that you can definitely perceive. He's getting tighter around my neck. He's not letting go. Even with my hands, I can feel the energy of him just pushing. Right.
He loves him some Raylene.
Absolutely. Thank you, Erik. Yes, you're welcome. He says, I love you, Mom.
I love you.
He wanted to play with everybody so that way they know that Erik's personality is still prankster.
Oh gosh. You gave your siblings and Mom and Dad a run for their money, but it was all in fun.
He says that's for sure. Speaking of the siblings, with one of his bikes, I think this is actually going to be one of his dirt bikes. Are you doing something with it, or is one of the siblings taking it over?
It could be that they do, because, Michelle and her family are probably going to move to a rural area, and he has his little dirt bike in the garage. Maybe they're going to ask to have that so they can have it on the property, because we can't do much with it. So I bet you that's going to happen. Yeah, that makes total sense.
That's what he's talking about, and that's what's going to happen. It's going to be for not one of the siblings. It's going to be for a child of the sibling, one of his nieces or nephews.
Okay.
That are going to eventually. Oh, sorry. The last thing I wanted to talk about was clearing the energy in your home. These are Tibetan bells. And so a lot of people don't like to use sage or smoke because they don't like their house smelling like that.
Yeah, because it smells like pot. My husband came home and said, all right, who's been smoking and toking?
Erik goes, and it wasn't me.
No, it wasn't you.
But Tibetan bell, it has to resonate to Om, O-M. If you go onto Amazon or anywhere that you can get a Tibetan bell and type in Om, sound resonance, that's going to be what clears it. I'm going to ding it for you. It's a very loud sound.
Wait, how do you spell? Oh, is it O-H-M or O-M?
O-M.
Okay.
And it's O-H-M. It's O-H-M.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so here we go. You see how it's very loud?
Yeah.
As soon as the sound is completely gone, that's when the energy is cleared in that room. You can go to another room.
Wait, so you do one time in each room, or do you have to go around the room doing it several times?
Nope, one time in each room. So
wow.
If you stand in the middle of the room, you're going to primarily get that entire area.
Cool.
And so you'll
write that down. Amazon Prime, here I come.
There you go. You can go through the kitchen, through the hallway, through the bathrooms. Even if you're just working in one room and you don't want to do the entire house, you could just do that room you're in.
Okay.
You know, if you feel like that eerie sensation in the house, get the chimes, clear it, and it goes. It's tone, it's sound, it's what clears the energy just as good as the smoke.
Okay.
So, before using, dowsing rods, if you are new to it, make sure you're clearing your energy space or any type of tools, and make sure you're setting your intention for whether it's Erik to come through on the rods or your spirit guides. Don't just open the rods and say, okay, spirits, come through and talk to me. You want to have a person that you're calling on, so that way you've got trusted information. If it's Erik, it might be pranked information, but someone that you trust and someone that is going to be loving is going to come through those
absolutely rods. And just say, no one else is welcome here. What kind of thing do you say for protection?
For me, I do prayer, and I call upon Archangel Michael to protect me from all energies that are negative and to only allow positive light to come through. The other type of thing you can do is you could just simply say, I have white light around me, and that's going to protect you. That white light is love and protection.
Okay.
Some people have like a key word, whether it's frog or something that they've made a bond with their guides, an agreement. Whenever I say this word, this is for you to protect me.
Yeah, that's what I did. I think it's apples. Yeah. We said before we used the e-board, we would say this, please source whatever, golden light, protect me, blah, 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 and only give me the answers that are for my highest good, and I allow so-and-so, so-and-so, and so-and-so, and all others are not welcome here. But now, instead of saying that whole long thing, it's just like apples, and that symbolizes that whole prayer.
And very quickly, and it doesn't have to be, all sacred and stuff like that. It really doesn't. Just intention is it.
Yeah. Well, okay. Do you have to anything about wearing watches or shoes, jewelry, anything like that with the dowsing rods?
You don't have to take off your jewelry or your shoes, but you can. It does give you a better connection.
Okay.
Like if you're wearing like any type of wiring or metal on your hands, then you do want to take off your jewelry. But if it's just like a bead, you can leave the beads on.
Okay. So metal, you should probably just take off, even if you have metallic stuff in your shoes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. And then always make sure that your feet are on the ground so that your body is grounded. Don't sit with your legs crossed. If you're going to be sitting on a chair, feet got to be placed on the ground to be grounded.
Okay. Okay.
And that's really it. That's how simple it can be. It's fun.
It sounds like fun. I can't wait to use mine. Now, on the pendulum, is there a way that you can sort of tape it to a ledge, so you don't interfere with it?
They need your body to work through the energy. You're like an energy field. So taping it is isn't going to get you that good, fast answer that you want.
Oh.
But he says, yes, you can. So if you put it on a table and tape it on the table on the corner, you can. But he says that it's going to take longer because it's not going to be your energy that we're working directly through.
Oh, what about if you touch with your finger, touch the metal part or whatever, the part that's taped to the table?
Does that work? He says you can, but it's still going to be...
It's still going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Okay. Because sometimes I don't know if... Sometimes I will have to close my eyes so I feel like I could influence it, you know, and I go... I just take my mind off of the pendulum by thinking, I wonder what the answer is going to be. I wonder what the answer is. I wonder what the answer is. I wonder what the... Something like that. So I'm just thinking about wondering what the answer is. So
that's why I don't like the pendulum, because you can influence it like that. And if you're really close to it, you're going to influence. So I always tell people, if you have like an answer that you're really expecting or that you really want, the pendulum is going to go to the answer that you're wanting. So try and either have someone else that's not connecting to the pendulum, have them ask so they don't hear the question. There's no filter.
There we go. That's
do it with rods.
But now the pendulum, can't you get more than yes or no answers by having like the alphabet laid out? And how does that work?
It's a chart that you use, and there you can actually print one off of online and just put the paper there. But they have a cloth chart. It's this cloth, and you put the pendulum over and you ask it to give you what word you're looking for, and wherever it's going or directing to, that's going to be the word. It's a lot like the e-board. You have to write down each word.
So it might just go like along the A line when it's A, right?
Yes.
And along the B line when it's B. Okay, so I can just look up pendulum chart?
Yes.
Okay.
And online you can just print it off for free, or you can actually buy one that's cloth from Amazon, and they're like $10. They're really not expensive.
But again, if you do it, if you have somebody else do it, it works better.
Yeah, it does, because you don't have that filter.
Oh, I hate depending on people. It's like,
in your mind.
Oh, come here, Lucas, down from downstairs. I want you to help with it. I'm too busy. I need to poop. I'm still sleeping. It's like, ugh. So hard.
That is hilarious. But see, with the dowsing rods, you can feel the energy coming in. And so there's not really that filter there. So you don't need the other person there. You can use the rods just by yourself.
Good.
But like if there's another person that's not wanting you to know the question, you can filter it for them. They can ask you and they can answer yes or no without you knowing it.
Awesome. That sounds great. Anything else you want to add, Erik or Raylene?
He says, I love everybody, and yous all are amazing.
As are you.
He says, I know.
Raylene, tell us about what other things you offer and how people can get in touch with you. I know you have sessions.
I do.
Where you don't have to just talk to Erik. You can talk to any deceased spirits, guides, guardian angels, I guess.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so there's no limit to the spirits that I can connect to. I am offering astrology sessions, and I'm also offering they're just like your basic regular sessions. The astrology sessions come with either a birth chart or a relationship chart, depending on which one you're signing up for, and we pull current transits of what you're going through. So if you're having relationship trouble, I can pull that and see what transit's going on and kind of guide you with it.
What do you mean? Like, for example, transit?
So say you're having marital issues or even issues with your child. I'll pull the chart of you and your child, or you and your husband, and then I see what transits are going on, what's affecting the both of you guys, if it's positive or if it's negative. Like we just went through Mercury retrograde. That's a transit.
Oh, tell me, every appliance in my kitchen broke. Almost every one of them.
Internet, computers, batteries dying, delayed trips, you name it, it happened.
That's right.
But that's a transit that everybody went through together. There's transits that we have at separate times in our lives. So right now I'm going through what we call a Saturn return. You have it from anywhere from 28 to 29 years of age. And if someone else is going through that same thing, a Saturn return with you, they can be very complicated to get through.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a lot of transits and a lot of things that can be going on with a person.
What can you do anything about it? For example, give me one transit that a marital couple can have.
Let's see.
And what could they do about it?
Can I use your chart?
Yeah, go ahead. Uh-oh. I have no secrets.
Your husband's information.
I have no secrets, plus I can edit this stuff. So
absolutely. Okay, so it would be called a transiting Mercury squaring your Venus.
Okay.
And this transit, it really can cause like a irritation between communications between people, not seeing like eye to eye.
Mm-hmm.
It can cause eagerness. It can cause it says you are eager to move forward with a romance or an artistic project or a stimulating pastime, but you can't seem to make any progress. Patience is sorely needed right now. Perhaps try to rethink outside the square, but don't force the issue. So that's a transit, and it's actually, I don't have your husband's information, but this is a transit that you're going through right now. His might be the same. I would have to get his birth info. So that's something that you're going through related to relationships.
Okay, well, don't you think all husbands are irritating?
Heck yeah.
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 So, hey, man, that's good information to know. What else do you want to share? Do you do tarot readings?
I do.
Or oracle card readings?
I do. With my astrology sessions, I will combine either tarot cards or oracle cards. They're pretty much the same thing. They just have different filters, different messages.
Oh.
And so I will combine that with the astrology, and then I also send the reports to their email after the astrology session is done with, of interpreting things and just finding out things that the person wants to know about or how I can help them. If you don't want the session with me explaining it, I do offer just individual reports, and you have to go in. It's under like the scheduling part of my website, and you have to click on just the report when you go to schedule, and that gets sent to your email directly. Now, there's just single birth charts, there's relationship reports, there's child reports, there's prediction reports that can be sent to you.
And I've had it done. It's amazing. Oh my gosh, there's so many pages and pages of vital information, really important.
Yeah, I like them. They're very accurate, and they help you with, whether it's traveling or making a move or putting a hold on something, finances.
Getting pregnant, yeah.
Yeah, there's really a lot of information, and it can even pinpoint when there's going to be new life coming in, whether it's a pregnancy or whether it's an animal, like your family growing. Things like that, but the church can pinpoint. But besides that, just my basic regular sessions, astrology sessions, and I also do teaching. It's a student course that I have, and the way I have it set up is people have to email me, and I'll send them the link for the student course. It's one-on-one. It's not a group. I meet with the people one-on-one for an hour.
That's awesome.
I teach them how to do oracle cards, how to feel crystal energy, how to feel spirit energy, how to use dowsing rods, how to use a pendulum, and how to semi-do a trance to where spirit would move your hand. It's a form
so cool. Yeah.
It's the beginning.
Yeah.
And people are loving it. I've got quite a bit of good response from it, and a lot of people want that one-on-one teaching because they don't do so well with group settings. They do better with one-on-one and the individual showing them and seeing it.
Yeah, absolutely. So they can get instant feedback if they're doing something wrong, etc. Yeah, and your website again?
It is angelmedium7.com, and that's the number 7. It's www.angelmedium7.com. My
kids hate it when I say www because I say www. They can't stand it, man. Oh well. Moms are supposed to be irritating too. That's comes with the job. So, all right, well, thank you.
Not my mom.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Erik. Thank you, Radine.
You're welcome, Elisa. Thank you so much. Erik says bye to everybody.
Wonderful, and I've gotten a lot of positive feedback about your reading, so I'm so honored to have you as part of the team.
Thank you, Elisa. I'm honored to be a part of it.
Bye.
Bye, sweetie.
Love you both. Love you guys.
Because I love you, Mom.